And well, hello brothers and sisters, welcome in this new showcase of this little, function that I decided to make. Yes, because, I had enough of just direct and plain bullets and projectiles of Doom monsters. I wanted something a bit more uh, realistic, if you want. We are talking about a demon shooter game from the 90s, but let's pass this term of realistic, whatever. Just because I while making some monsters, I decided to give them a sort of gravity gravity affected projectiles. That's because those monsters are not shooting fireballs. They're shooting, like, for example, pieces of meat. Yeah, very very kid friendly. Anyhow, and I don't really want the meat to fly indefinitely into the sky. I just want it to be affected by gravity. And so, while I was wondering how can I make though a perfectly precise monster, I encountered many problems, but in the end I came up with a function that will work perfectly fine. And that's great. That's great at all. And so we're going to test it. I'm going to test it and showcase the thing. Basically, I already decided to release the function or whatever on the forum, so we'll be fine. The link down below in the description or whatever. And here you go. Let's start with the first mode. You can find all of the description here inside the function, so I don't really have to explain anything in this video. Just read. Maybe it's not really too clear, but it's kind of very immediate to get. Simple, if you want. And don't look at this. And this is very other testing stuff. Just to try if the function will work. I had really a hard time to make this work like I wanted to. Anyhow, let's just show the parameters of the function. So we have, first, this is the function. There's no tree actually, but whatever. That will take the missile actor. So it's just like the normal spawn projectile function. The spawn height. So again, you decide where the projectile needs to spawn. The spawn offset, right or left, whatever. Positive for the right and negative for the left, exactly like the function. And I should give this a default value of 32. Yeah, why not? And the angle, of course, if you want the angle, if you want the projectile to be shot at a certain angle, if you want to give some randomness to the projectile, you can use the angle, for example. And the maximum pitch. I wanted to add the maximum pitch because otherwise the monster will always, of course, use the maximum pitch depending on the maximum range, which is, of course, 45. So if the target exceeds the maximum range, then the monster will always shoot at 45 degrees. And 45 degrees sometimes in Doom maps can be a bit too much, a bit of steep. Yeah, because, ceilings exist in maps, usually. Or even the sky, whatever. Anyhow, the ceiling is not infinitely tall, and with the 45 degrees looks a bit too much steep into the sky, will often crash into something on top of your head and will not hit the target. So I decided to give a default value of 30 instead of 45. And of course the projectile gravity. So setting this parameter here, or even not setting them because the default is 0.25, will reset any gravity that you're giving to the projectiles itself. So with this, you can use this function shooting even normal Doom projectiles. So basically, if you're shooting a normal Doom imp fireball, it will be affected by gravity. No problem, even if the projectile itself has the no gravity flag. Doesn't matter, because this function just resets the fucking flag, because we hate gravity in here. No, it's the contrary. We hit it, or whatever. And last but not the least, on the contrary, actually, is this ball in here, the well adjust, which means, let's see if I can explain it properly. If it is false, which is the default thing, then the projectile will have a maximum range limit, meaning that if the player exceeds the maximum range of the projectile, shooting it at the maximum pitch, which is 30, so basically if shooting a projectile with a pitch of 30 degrees will, for example, reach a distance of 500 map units, if the target is farther than 500 map units, then the projectile will just don't hit the target. Will just, fall just before the target. And that's the thing. If you want instead the projectile to always adjust its speed to always be able to hit the target, whatever the distance, then you need to turn this to true. And the last one is just the pointer. If you want to shoot at the target, to aim at the target, sorry, or a tracer, or whatever you want. Anyhow, we are going to test this with these, well, adjust first to false. So I can show you what I meant before, but I believe I've been pretty clear. Let's jump right into the map. I made this simple map here, just to showcase the imp. As you can see, I'm pretty far from him, and so he's not able to reach me. And he will always shoot at 45, ouch, motherfucker, at 500 degrees, 30 degrees of pitch. If I get even farther, doesn't really matter. What if I get closer though? He will always hit me, and he will always hit the target at the middle, yes, at the middle point of the target. So basically half the height. Get closer, the pitch gets smaller, as you can see. The farther I go, the higher the pitch. Now, if I get down there though, he will be able to hit me. Of course, you can see that the imp is really got some cocaine in his blood, but that's because so that I can have the imp to shoot more fireballs. That's the only modified thing, of course, and the function to shoot the fireball. And what instead if I'm already flying? Ouch! If I go higher, he will aim higher, but again, if you go higher, of course, you need to be closer, otherwise he will not be able to hit you anyway. Because again, physics. So if I get closer, then he will be able to hit me like this. Yeah, with a nice little curved ball, a nice parabol. Is that a word, parabol? Or whatever. This imp is basically a master genius in ballistic. Now, let's test this out with the bull set to true. Bull, not the bull, the animal. Try, yes, try. True. Now, with this, the imp will be always, no, thank you, will be always able to hit its target, and in this case, me. So, as you can see, whoa, as you can already see, he's always aiming at me, always. There's no way for him to just miss me. He will always be able to calculate the perfect speed at which to launch the projectile to be able to hit me. So the maximum pitch is always the maximum pitch, and that will never change. So the only way to hit the target is to change the speed of the projectile, or the gravity, but I don't really want to change the gravity or it will look weird. Anyhow, the farther I go, of course, the projectile will go faster and faster, of course. So be careful with that, because it can reach pretty high speed, especially if you go high up here. Let's see. Yeah, of course, the ceiling. I'm sorry. Let's see. Yep. The speed can exceed pretty much a lot of speed, so it can break the projectiles if you go farther enough. Even though maybe it shouldn't, because actually the monsters have a limit, a range limit, but whatever. Again, always be able to hit the target. Closer, higher, always hit you. Doesn't matter. He will always hit you. You go down here, try to, you know, hide. Nah. I will always try to get you. I will always will. There's no way for you to hide from this motherfucker. And that's it. Nothing else to be seen, nothing else to do. This is a completely masterful class, imp, capable of doing wonderful things. And as I said, this function will always, it can be used in any monster, so you can replace any Doom monster to use this function here instead of the standard vanilla attack. In this case, basically, I'm replacing the A-Troop attack. Yes, it is A-Troop attack, I believe, with the function here, spawning again the same projectile, and it will always work. I'm not changing the projectile, I'm not changing anything else except for this state of the imp. I'm replacing the imp, of course. You can use this with Cacodemons and whatever you want. Nothing will ever change. Yes, that's it, guys. I hope you can find this helpful or whatever, just troll something. Do something with it. And that's it. Bye.